Hey, salute to the real worldwide, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Tiller Jones, the kingpin of New England. I'm through mingling.
Man, shout out to the real worldwide, man, the whole staff.
Real Worldwide, thank you for tuning in. Welcome. A lot of emotions are high right now. The battle rap culture stopped today as, Murda Mook returned and he faced Verb. And, all eyes were on this battle. We got a lot of people in the room that want to react to this shit. You got Brad, Cole, Shaq, D-Mart. Shit triple, trippy, me, so let's get to it.
Let's go.
Yeah, so how are we gonna do this?
We can start with the first. We can start go round by round and then talk about the who got winning.
Can I ask you before?
Matter of fact, let's do this. Hold on, Brad was in the building, so let's get the building recap.
Oh yeah, facts.
The feel of the battle. Let's do that first.
Absolutely. I think. Well, first off, the battle, in my eyes, it exceeding expectations, like with no bounds. In the building, like you could feel the tension of every single person. The building was packed all the way through. You could feel the tension of every single line that Mook and Verb were saying. Like the entire crowd was hanging on every single word. I think that it's easily the battle of the year. And I think it was like a milestone in battle rap. I think the entire culture won from this battle. Regardless of who everybody has winning, I think the entire culture advanced from this one battle.
Okay. I somewhat agree. I think the culture definitely did stop. This battle definitely had it was the biggest battle of the year. Clearly, you could tell, but from the promo to the actual battle to the tension, like you said, you could tell that they both really cared. They both wanted to win. It wasn't a paycheck battle, so I respect that. I respect about the battle.
You know what also kind of gets me tight though, like Mook and Verb, they had a 60 set, like an 80-minute battle or whatever, and Mook had, what do you have, a 24-minute round and two 10-minute rounds. So Mook had a 40-minute battle on his own by himself in terms of his rounds. Not a stumble, not a slip up, not a word or nothing, dog. So it really gets me tight seeing these other battlers having months to prepare and still are fucking up in their battles. You know what I mean? You could see that when Mook. I can kind of understand now why Mook doesn't battle so often, because all that material that he wrote and having to memorize all of that and keep it all down pat, that takes a lot of time, dog. That takes a whole lot of time.
That's a fact. So he's charging for his preparation and his performance in a way. Because how much time he has to put away to actually remember that shit.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, the promo he did, I've never seen a battler promo like that before a battle. He was on Radford, Hip Hop Is Real, a couple of random ass stations that I've
Hot 97,
Hot 97, Fox 5, a lot.
Fox 5, Jesus Christ, tweeting about. So and it was also awesome because I remember what Ish was talking about before is when Verb said that y'all have no idea because I've been thinking about Mook every single day for 3 months straight. I believe him. I'm sure Mook was thinking the same.
That's how I knew Verb wasn't gonna get bodied like that. That was absolutely not gonna happen. The way he described his day to day, even leading up to this battle, I was like, yeah, he's locked in. We're gonna see a special Verb.
All right, let's get to the bullshit. The first round, Mook starts first. Well, Verb won the coin toss, and it looked like he's about to go first, but he ended up choosing Mook to go first.
Under his breath, he says Mook.
Yeah. Under he looked like he was trying to go first, but he thought about it. Let Mook go first. Yeah, he was and his first round came out. It was strong in the beginning. I think it was right, Brad. You would say
for who, Mook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the first.
Mook, in the building, dog. The first, I'd say fourth of Mook's round, crowd was going crazy on every single thing this man was saying.
That's a fact. They were going crazy.
The gas was wild.
They're going absolutely. It was just like so. Like, yo, no homo. It was like a special moment. Like seeing Mook up there, like rapping, and really taking it seriously and fucking. I think this is probably, like, in terms of display of his, like, pen, this is the best pen he's ever displayed in his entire career.
That might be a fact. I ain't gonna hold you. That's probably a fact.
Yeah,
Pen-wise, yeah. Pen-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people are, like, hating on him, saying, like, yo, you said you were going to 30 Verb, you're going to kill him, you're going to kill him, you're going to kill him. And, like, looking at it from, like, an outside looking in, if I was Mook, I would have thought I was going to beat the dog shit out of Verb, too, because he 50'd iron and 30 Lux, and he was 10 times better in this battle than he was in those battles.
Yeah, that's a fact. His pen was, for sure. I don't think, but I will say this, though. I don't think he was as poised as he was in those battles as he was in this one. I feel like his pen was better in this one, clearly, but like the performance and the aura wasn't as poised, and he was trying to, like, he started laughing in between, like, 5 bars, he said. Like, the crowd wasn't catching it. Like, he didn't really keep that safe composure with this one compared to the other 2 battles, I'll say, the last 2.
I can see that.
And I think the first half of his first was dope. It kind of fell flat, though. It started falling flat in the first a little bit, to me, at least. And Verb was hype. Verb was all in his face. Like, that's not enough. Like, he was really talking. Like, you could tell Verb wanted to get his round off immediately. He could tell his first was fire. You know somebody around is fire when they that hype to spit their shit. So I got Verb taking the first, though. I don't, as of now, on first watch, I think it's kind of clear. It might be an edge, but I have Verb in the first, though.
Yeah. I had Verb in the first also. I think Verb got the first round. The problem is in the building, it's really hard to pull out like what, say for example, when Verb was going crazy, it's hard to pull back in your memory and think about what Mook was saying. So I think that, at least for me, it was. So I think that was pretty fire that Verb had the ability to come into New York and steal that round from Mook.
That was the way he had to win the battle. He had to take that first. If he don't take the first, then it's gonna look real strong in Mook's favor in this battle, honestly.
Hey, if you think about it, that's what we said earlier. Like, we said that when the battle got announced, like, if he takes the first, the battle is totally different. And it turned out to be sick to me. I know I throw that word around a lot, but this is a classic battle, son.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I'm very careful with my C word. I don't use it too often. I gotta watch it again. I'll say that. But I'll say one thing about this battle I observed. I think Verb wrote downhill and Mook wrote uphill. Because I think Mook got better every round and Verb got a little worse every round. That's what's going to make this battle debatable. People watch it. So Mook's second, he started picking up. He started heating up in his second. He definitely had a lot of schemes in his second. I think he had mad schemes, I feel like.
So wait, hold on. You said, like, do you think Mook's third is better than second? I thought Mook's second was the best round of his night.
I thought his second he was taking off, man.
That's how I felt too. I thought
I think his third had better return. Go ahead.
He was in a different zone in the second. That's me personally. I thought he was writing completely different. I think he like when he says like y'all want that ignorant, that like he got into that old bag and he elevated it. Like he the attention to detail was even more. The second round, I loved it. I loved his second round.
He had that liquor scheme, right?
That's my favorite part of the battle from Mook's end was the liquor scheme. Definitely.
I think why I say I think he wrote uphill because I feel like he thought his third was going to hit a lot harder than some of the material did, and he had higher highs in that third where he was really talking, but he still had bars involved. So I feel like it felt like he wrote uphill for that, and he like uphill each round. But you might be right. His second might be overall better than his third.
Yeah. Okay, I hear that. Yeah, he wrote uphill. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think his third had higher highs than his second did.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But his second had some fire shit though. The Prozac bar was in the second. The origami shit.
The origami.
When he was doing that like rapid flow, like I've never seen Mook do some shit like that. He was doing some of that in the second and the third.
I know a battler who does that. His name is Hollow. But go ahead, continue. Nah, go ahead, continue. Okay, let's get to the second round though. I think second round is going to be the most debatable round. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like Verb's second was great until he said that pause-worthy. Pause. Yeah, my dick long, like the rifle or some shit. He said that shit was like the crowd paused them and stopped them. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I gave Mook the second.
Yeah, me too. He gave Mook the second.
I wish I could remember some of the bar lines Mook had in the second, or even Verb. But I remember to trail back, dog. Verb's first when he said that fucking I terminate the Terminators and that John Connor shit. That was fucking powerful to me, dog. That shit was crazy. That shit was. Was the year not one of us shit in the first or the second?
That was the first.
Right?
Not one of us. How many does you got on the podcast? Not one of us. That was the bar of that round to me between both of them. That was powerful.
That was
powerful. Verb in that second had the Nobody Remember You Young like John Witherspoon shit. The sorry you got to get rid of your son like the Doc Rivers shit.
That was nasty.
Oh yeah,
that was nasty. That was. Yo, you know what kind of gets me also kind of tight, dog? Like, yo, Verb, if you had this kind of shit in you all along, why were you taking Pat Stay in gyms and shit and just like looking like the damn fool up there?
Pay Verb.
Dog, I get it, dog, but like, God, I hope this is a lesson for Verb and that he takes a step back and like he only battles once or twice a year, and when he battles, it means something, and that he takes it as seriously, maybe not as seriously as he took Mook, because this was fucking probably one of, if not the best, I think it's the top 5 Verbs of all time.
But this one thing I'll say about Verb's pen, I'll say this: he finds the way to make an indirect bar direct in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I feel like, you know what I mean? He says like a regular gun bar or something, and he'll match it to you somehow. That's one thing I get credit for Verb's pen.
Yeah, Verb was definitely extraordinary, and it was refreshing to see Verb, like he wasn't like whispering and like his eyes weren't closed and like some that nonsense. Like it was refreshing to see that. It was definitely
barking on Mook.
Yeah, he was, dog, and it was like, yo, where have you been for the last 3-4 years?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean?
Maybe he just can't do. Maybe he should just battle us like twice a year. So maybe
he should, dog. He should. Like all those extra battles that he did, they hurt his legacy. And if he was on the same kind of wave that like Hitman was, in terms of taking less battles, and when he comes out, it means more, and he takes it more seriously. He would be the GOAT right now.
Oh. Okay, you got a point.
I do not like Verb, and I do not like Verb. Like most people, if you know me, you know I don't like Verb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we get to the third round. It's 1-1 to consensus. Some people do got Verb 2-0. I'm gonna be honest.
That's a fact.
Yeah, 1-1 to consensus.
A lot of people had Verb 2-0. But in reality, in my opinion, people wanted Mook to lose as like so fucking badly, yo.
That's
like they wanted him. They were praying on this day for a battle to be close or debatable, so they could say he got 30'd or bodied.
Okay, you're right.
That's my opinion, though.
No, I actually do agree with you. I feel like because Mook has been such on a high pedestal, which he put himself there, and other battlers have put him there, I would say, and the fans too, that any type of little bleeding, like Verb said, to make you bleed this battle. He did make him bleed because there was pressure on him after that first. It was real pressure. So,
and the thing is it's kind of crazy how everybody, at least all the battlers from like Verb's era, even when people would disrespect Mook and say like, yo, like Mook's ass, like the younger generation would say Mook's ass and shit, they never agreed, dog. They never agreed. And I think that like this battle, I do want to say that like it proved why Mook is held to such a high standard.
I don't know if I can agree. Can I agree with that?
I'm mad that I didn't hear that. It's my fault, dog.
Because look at the way Verb came from me. Look at the way.
I see.
Look at the way.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Look at the way Verb came for Mook, and even though the majority of the culture has Verb winning, that was a fucking close battle, dog.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That was a fucking close battle.
Now let's get to Mook's infamous. Well, it's gonna be infamous third round.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like, listen. Can I just say it's like Thanos, nigga snapping his finger. This nigga Verb started disintegrating. You know when you said when you disappear, you disintegrate. Oh my god.
Oh, you disintegrate. Oh.
That was fire.
That was actually fire.
Good. And you know what I also love about this battle? That like quote something Mook shit is definitely dead, dog. That shit is dead.
Facts dead. I got like 3 of them.
That shit is dead. I got a hell of quotables in my head, dog.
I think he knew that though.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me ask the question now. He did change his pen for this battle. Do you think that if he did angles and really spoke the Verb that way, he could have won the battle more clear? I should say.
I agree because his third round to me was his most clear, and he pretty much just angled him to death. So
I don't think so. I think the third round is most clear because that was also Verb's worst round. And then on top of that, if Mook was angling the entire remember Mook got booed in the third. If Mook was angling every single round, they would have said he was ass and boring. And they would have said they would have you know what I mean? So I think Mook adapting to like this new era and punching and scheming and I like it's funny because when Mook said like this scheming and like punching back to back, like I created that shit. And like he had like 50-second schemes, dog. I've never seen someone scheme like that, dog.
Yeah, he had long schemes. Oh, yeah, he did have long schemes. That's a fact.
Now, I'll say this about his schemes. I said this before. When it came to his schemes and like long-winded, like he writes them in a way. I like how he writes them where like it's really coded. So if you didn't catch the first two, then you didn't catch on to the fact that was a scheme. I like
that's a fact. I ain't catch it was a scheme until like midway through it. I'm like, shit, this is a scheme.
I like that writing. That's one of the things I like.
That's almost Lux type level.
That's the name I keep thinking about.
Yeah, it was layered, bro. He had layered levels of writing, dog. He had layered levels of writing.
But I'll say, do y'all feel like delivery was good in this battle?
I enjoyed it. I could see how Shaq didn't like it though. I think like for example, say he'd be in the middle of a scheme, right? Say he'd be starting a scheme. Mook would be kind of surprised that the crowd didn't catch the second part.
Yeah, that's what it was. Honestly,
I can see that. I can see that. And he had hella schemes, dog. He had hella schemes, and people like for example the army scheme. I didn't catch that until like halfway into the scheme.
Oh man!
Yep.
And then I was like, "Oh my god!"
They can say like Admiral, General. Oh my god!
Navy SEAL, Marine,
Black Ops.
Black Ops. Yo, he was going crazy with that shit, dog.
But you know, my issue with his delivery, and this, I would say this. Yeah, you're right. There wasn't catching a lot of material, but also on his final bars, it was like the end of it, just like. It was like too much emphasis with no crowd reaction, so it gets awkward in a way. That's what it was to me.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? So sometimes the crowd was like, or it didn't really hit the way I think he thought it would.
The end of the schemes weren't as powerful as the total scheme itself, I feel like. So I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's my thing with the delivery thing.
Nah, but you're right. He was like emphasizing some punches that were just not hitting. It happened like 2 or 3 times I've seen. And you know I fuck with Mook. But I seen it.
So the third is a roller coaster. I call it the roller coaster round because he had a lot of heat and he had some like lows,
low spots. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Verb's career was his third round for real. Like high highs and low lows, and it's 24 minutes long allegedly. So I don't know how people are gonna take it. Honestly, technically, you can say he won because he put more material in, and Verb's third material didn't match all the material he did. So you could say that. But when you get booed in the third and you have lows, I can see how people could say it's debatable or how he lost.
Is too much quantity actually helpful to him? Did that actually help him this battle? In my opinion, I don't think it did. And I mean, the consensus doesn't think so either. But some people do. Some people do.
I liked it. Because, in my opinion, Mook started off slow in his third. Yeah, I think he started off slow, and then when he got into that, and it was crazy because when he brought up the Guardian Angel shit, I was with T-Mac and a couple other people, and I was like, oh no, Mook, don't try to fucking flip this line, like you idiot, because I feel like whenever somebody tries to flip like Verb's Guardian Angel shit, it's never that crazy. But I think Mook had the craziest Guardian Angel flip I've ever heard.
Yeah, he might be right. The Party Hardy shit, the way he flipped that.
Yeah, that was actually super crazy.
That was retarded, yo. And when he was, what basically won the round for me is when Mook was doing the remedy and the hitman and the verb and he was using those same 3 words and those same 4 words for a good
and he had
30 to 40 seconds. He was using those same 4 words.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's so crazy about that? They all made sense. Like you seen that entire story, dog. That shit was crazy.
I'm talking about. I think in this entire battle, see, it's so easy to reach when you're scheming this much. But I feel like in the entire battle, I would give Mook like maybe 2 reaches.
Exactly.
For all the schemes he had.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's impeccable.
He did have some wordplay we heard a lot before, like the appointment shit. He had another one.
He had some little OBC
some other shit, but it wasn't that crazy. He also had that off the one move. AI got his fame. We both up over the Lou and won that game.
Over the Lou. Yeah.
That was fire to the dog. That was fire, dog.
That was crazy.
Teron Lou, the Lou.
We both step over the Lou.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then what also gave, even though Verb, I mean, even though Mook had he had a good amount of dry spots in his third. But the reason I think those spots were dry is because it's like angling heavy in that third round.
You know what this battle reminded me of? The more I think about it, it might be a Lux Arsenal situation. Like, remember how mad people had Arsenal? I think mad people had Arsenal at first because of the shock factor of Arsenal having a debatable or beating Lux.
I think you're right.
You know what I mean? And then over time, people had Lux winning because the intricate, like his pen and material was way better, and Arsenal had some shit fake angles, things like that. So I think it might end up turning like that.
He low key outwrote Verb, dog. He low key outwrote Verb.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at that. Triple down here.
Possibly.
I'm trying to get somebody who had Verb winning. Go ahead.
Because think about it though. Like Mook had a wide variety of material, and he was able to make all of it connect. And I think that Verb, the way he attacked Mook, I think Verb he infused a lot of angles in this first 2 rounds, which I think was fire. And the way he used them was fire, and it's just that we haven't really heard before.
Yo, can I ask y'all this question about Verb? He said a bar, 2 4 5s, this twin Donovan Mitchell's. Like, was that crazy to y'all? I'm just asking.
No, but
that was regular.
It was cool. It was cool, but people were gassing a lot of shit Verb was saying, because in reality, Verb, he was the underdog.
Can I go somewhere else with that though? Getting 30 chance in Manhattan is wild to me. Like,
especially for Verb.
No matter what the storyline is, though, for the 30 chance to happen, I think it's crazy. I think Verb has to get credit for it.
Yeah, of course he should get credit for that. But I'm gonna break that down right now. I was right next to the people that are doing a 30 chance. There was like a little section of some dudes that didn't react to anything Mook said the entire battle.
Okay.
So it's a little group of them.
All right, Triple.
Can't pick it up.
I was there, dog. I was there. You want me to lie about it?
I'm asking, nigga.
I'm just being real.
Triple, you had Verb winning before in the predictions 2-1. So why do you think Verb won watching the battle now? What rounds?
I gave him that first, and I gave him the third, and it was like what he said on Champion. He was talking about when he said when you with a chick, if you just sitting on her flopping for 20 minutes, that ain't gonna be shit. But if you come with that shit for 7 minutes, she gonna call you back. And it was just that, like, yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
That first was. He got it in that first. I was amazed.
I think the move bragging to me. I just.
What did you say, Yeesh?
I think Mook's third. It was too much. It was too. His third round was too long to me. It was just.
Yeah. I can see
he had
that.
a lot of shit, which means a lot of dry spots. Like
that's
a lot of kids fuck up. And I wasn't feeling the whole lesbian angle. I wasn't feeling that shit at all because. Like, the shit has been proven false. Just like right now, if somebody said DNA mom's retarded, like, everybody who watch Battle Rap know that she ain't retarded, but the shit come up every time. Like,
yeah,
I just ain't a fan of big angles. So the whole...
What's good, son?
Iceberg, how you feel about the battle?
Man, I'm about to light my do-rag on fire.
No, triple.
Y'all.
Hold on, Brad. Hold on. I want to ask you this, Triple. Was Mook fire or was he ass?
Mook came way better than I've been fucking saying for the last. Like I really thought it was gonna be dumpster juice, but he came with some shit, but it just wasn't good enough. In my opinion.
That's fine. I think I talked to Mook after the battle. And we were talking about like the reception of everything, and he was like, he prefers it to be this way because he believes the battle was crazy, and if Verb was ass and he beat the dog shit out of Verb, he felt like that he would never hear the end of it, more or less. And he said he's more happy that it's a debatable battle as well. The majority of people are saying that Verb clearly beat him, but he's more in his eyes. He's more happy that it's more of a debatable battle because it's a good battle. It's a fire battle. And that's what he wanted more than anything.
Yo, why does he get booed every fucking battle rap? Like every single card he gets booed. The legend, Mount Rushmore gets booed every single time. What's up with that?
But the thing is, like, yo, the way I was talking to Math about this also, there's times when Mook would go over people's heads and he would say some fucking very layered, intricate shit, and he would follow that up by some fucking horrible bar of something along the lines of like remember when he said that shit about Verb's dyed hair or whatever?
Yeah.
That was horrible, but the leading up to it was fire.
Yeah.
So
it's like he legit.
He has a tendency of doing that, and then on top of that,
the hair shit too with the Lou, how Lou
her whatever.
Mook legit.
Yeah,
Mook sounded like he didn't sound like Ill Will, but it's like he was similar to Ill Will with how Ill Will could build you up.
I can see that. But the thing is,
airball.
The also thing I'm taking into account is everybody wanted Mook to lose, dog. Like no matter what anybody says, like all the battle rappers, people have been waiting 10 years for Mook to fucking lose.
Yeah.
I kind of want him to lose. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
I rooted against Mook.
Of course. And people have a right to, because in reality, the way we operate as a culture is we don't like to see people get too much praise, dog. We don't like to see.
That's true.
Even with the newer battle rappers, dog, we don't like to see them do so well because we're in tear
But ain't we like that? Not even with just battle rap. Ain't we like that with almost everything? Sports. How many people was legit? Warrior fans in 2015 and can't stand them niggas now. Like,
Yeah.
I can't say I said I wanted him to lose. I didn't want him to lose. I just wanted him to fucking be humbled. That's what it is.
Exactly.
I wanted him to fucking
That's a fact.
realize that it's a whole
you
different
wanted to
ballgame
see
now.
you wanted to see some blood get put in his mouth, and I'm not gonna lie, I did too. Like,
Yeah, but can I ask y'all, like, were y'all like still like were y'all Verb fans before this battle? Or, like,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? No, when I say Verb fans, you know what I mean. Like, you would fuck with Verb was like he's trash, keeps losing. Because he
nah, I
did just
kind of
battle
always,
twerking. I seen
I kind of
different
always
energy,
was.
man.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't even see that twerk.
I'm not a
I
Verb fan.
definitely
admittedly
was trying to afford it. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm admittedly not a Verb fan, so he surprised me as much as Mook surprised me in a way.
They
I've
both
been preaching this Verb angle for like 2 months.
They
now.
both surprised me, honestly.
Yeah, they both.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I haven't thought of it that way. I'll be the first to say I really don't fucking like Verb. I haven't for a very long time. So seeing him go crazy like that, there's a lot of shock about that. That I can understand. I can see how seeing him go so crazy like that had so much shock value that it took some of Mook's aura away, which allowed Verb to get the first round.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah, that's why the first round was so important. Also, I didn't like Mook. Like, he was kind of doing a lot while Verb was rapping. I ain't gonna hold you. Swinging the towel.
Yeah.
He was doing a little too much to me on some wreck shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
I like
a little
that.
bit.
I like that.
So yeah. To me, that's like how Mook is. I'm not saying he's always done that in battles, but you know,
I don't give passes to other people when they do it. Like Briz does like a lot of shit while people.
I'm sorry, dog. If there's a battle rapper, I'm gonna give a pass to is Murda Mook. I'm sorry, dog.
I'm gonna stay consistent.
Not me.
You know,
Go ahead, Ish.
I'm gonna stay consistent. Like I hate it. I don't know. Like I hated. Y'all know my favorite battle is Cal. I hated what Cal was doing while Briz was rapping later in the battle. He was just doing so much. Like, oh, what is he talking about? No, I never said. I hate that shit.
Demeanor, and body language, like I said, is powerful in battle rap.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, can I ask y'all this? Like, in Mook's third, he had like Verb feeling real tight. Like, did you guys like notice that? Like, Verb was like just starting to get upset.
Verb, they both said the emotional shit. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was funny.
They both did it.
I never seen that get said twice in a battle by each opponent.
Yeah,
that's a fact. I said twice in a battle.
So now I have a quick question. Do y'all? Because beforehand, people were saying they never want to see Mook again. Do y'all want to see Mook again now?
I'm not mad. I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I can't. I want to see him with 3-minute rounds.
The battle stipulations have to be different next time, please.
I'm cool with the 5 minutes, but the third round should be like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm cool with the 5 minute. I'm cool with 5 minute round. I'm cool with 3 5-minute rounds. Because those first 2 rounds are crazy. It was just that third round with Mook rapping for 40 minutes was wild. Yo.
It was good.
Yo. Someone's background's crazy.
Yeah, that background.
We're at the grocery store, dog. Stop hating.
Nigga, we really are on the show for real.
Yo, so I'm about to say. So how does this change the coaches? Like, so what does it do for Verb? That's a big question. It's debatable.
All right. Here's my answer. My definitive answer. If he's already started talking about Lux cannot say no right now. He cannot.
Lux can't say no. Yes, a fact.
He cannot say no right now.
Well, here's what I thought was interesting. Lux is in the building, so like pay attention to the hip hop is real like channel in the next couple of days. Like they might have like a video, like a little interview or some shit with Lux.
That's a good point.
That's a fact. I feel like Lux can't hide from Verb. I mean, I don't know if he was hiding before, but he can't run from Verb now.
The reasons he had before. I mean,
Dog, I'm gonna be real. Y'all know I fuck with Lux heavy, yo. I fuck with Lux super heavy. I think Verb will fucking really fuck Lux up, dog.
He wants to.
I'll tell you why, yo.
Talk.
Dog, I think he'd really violate Lux, dog. I'll tell you why. Because the way he just showed up for Mook, and he didn't even want to fucking battle Mook, dog. Imagine what will happen when he finally gets his hands on Lux.
That's a fact. I can't even deny that.
I could see him fucking up cosplay Lux, but the Lux that was on the radio on Funk Flex or whatever that was, that'll be a.
It depends what type of mood
Lux we get.
Yeah, what type of phase Lux is like.
Can I ask y'all this though? Like, is Verb a god now? Like, is he one of them niggas? Like, he beat.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he arguably.
This is his legendary moment. Like, this is one of them.
Yeah,
he has to be.
His start against Hitman was legendary too, definitely. But this was like another one.
This is his biggest moment since that third for Hitman. Honestly, to be honest,
just beat Goro, man. Like, what are we talking about? He's up there. Like.
That goddamn podcast angry, bro.
You know what's crazy to say? Like, you could say I beat Surf Hollow and Mook. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
I wouldn't be mad at people calling Mook Verb the fucking GOAT now, dog. To be real with you.
I would.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't.
He's had too many bad losses, like bad showings, in my opinion. Yeah.
Now, Rock called out Verb on Twitter. Do you want to see that on your row?
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. That volume. The thing is, dog. I don't know what Verb is. I don't know what Verb is going to show up. Like maybe if Verb takes off the rest of the year off, maybe next year I'd like to see that, and then be Verb's only battle for the year. Maybe then I would. But
I want to see it if it's a road game.
Yeah, I would want to see that in St. Louis. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Or
to me, I wrote this in the chat. To me, the Lou niggas have a lot of leverage over URL right now for them to get a whole event.
Yeah, I was just about to quote that shit. I was about to say
Hitman can say, "Yo, I just came back and
beat your man, yeah,
and like beat your gunner and beat your other mans in NY on my return. Y'all wanted me to die in that building."
Like, to keep it real with y'all, I want him to battle Rock, but he gotta battle Lux next. Like, the momentum is way too high to not battle Loaded Lux, yo.
I feel like Verb is gonna battle somebody else. I feel like
somebody gotta get something done.
Unless Lux is ready, like in the next 3-4 months or somehow.
Hey, I'll say this. So, when it comes to negotiations, Verb is gonna raise his price, definitely.
Oh, good for him. So.
Yeah, I said that.
Verb. If I was Verb, I wouldn't. He's got to stop. He's got to stop with these little last battles, dog. Like,
facts.
He got to stop.
Oh yeah.
No Diada Headymans. No Pat Stage.
No backpack building. I'm done with those.
Like if Verb wants to make this battle like really mean something, like he's got. I mean, even though it does, in my opinion, he's got to only battle once a year, and he's got to make it so that somebody is worthy of battling him.
Act like you legendary.
Yeah,
like the others.
But like with Verb, we already knew the nigga could bleed. Like that's what I like about it. He ain't one of these pop up once every 3, 4, 5 year ass niggas. Like we know.
Yeah, he in the trenches.
He's good enough to be. He in the trenches, but he can go toe to toe with the gods of this shit. Like
that's impressive.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But I also like the exclusivity of like Mook and Lux and Hollow, how we don't see them that often.
Yep, it adds to the aura. Niggas on
it does. Yeah, that shit makes their battles really mean something, dog. Like it makes it real. Like being in the building tonight is the same exact feeling as being in the building for fucking Rock and Hollow.
But Mook and Lux, they different though. They did that shit 15 years ago, and then they came back. Like Verb been here. Like that's like Rock getting some good cards, and then all of a sudden he's sitting at the cool table. And we don't get to see him but once a year. Like it just
I think it's time for that though. Funny Rock. I think it's time for Rock and Verb to do that. Honestly, because Rock has been battling too much, and Verb he got a debatable or win with Mook. Chill, like because the next time you get called, it's gonna be 20K. 25K.
So off topic on Rock though, Shaq, do you think Rock should take the rest of the year off? This is off topic. Do you think he should take the rest of the year? Because I think that would make the Hitman battle crazy. Like he made you.
We already know Rock battle on SMA. So
I think I want to see him with SMA, but after that, I want him to chill until Gnome or something matters.
After SMA, he should. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
SMA in November though.
All the madness coming.
Yo, what about Danny Myers looking that Pat Stay has Tay-Rock next?
Pat Stay Tay-Rock.
Pat Stay, Tay-Rock. Oh my god.
He said to Pat Stay in that third round, he was like, "Yeah, what makes?" He was like, "You got Murda Mook next, so what makes you think you could get on Smack and smoke rock, some shit like that?"
All my life hopes that battle's not true.
Tay-Rock did say he had somebody we would never expect.
He did say that.
Damn.
Well, I'll say this. I don't know if niggas stay instead of Cerrone on that high stakes 2 card on UW.
What'd you say?
He wanted Pat Stay instead of Cerrone on that high stakes 2 UW card. So he wanted to battle Pat.
All my life hopes is not Pat Stay. So I'm sorry.
But the thing is,
I think Pat Stay ready. I go hold you.
It's not about Pat Stay.
As a huge Tay-Rock fan, I think taking Pat Stay in London could be very dangerous.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's in London. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
That could be very, very dangerous, dog. Very dangerous.
Okay, I'm not that mad at the battle in London. I'm not that mad at it. But it could be dangerous.
If he loses 3 in a row, that'd be a horrible look for Tay.
But hold on. Let's close out the Mook. Let's close out the Mook Verb shit now, actually.
Okay.
So do we agree it's debatable, or you think it's going to be clear either way?
I think
the culture has it clear, so it's hard to
the culture.
The effect is already taking place.
Okay.
I agree. The culture has shifting. The culture has Verb clearly winning this battle. I personally feel differently. I have Mook, and I believe that it's debatable. So I hate this whole Verb 30'd him. It was a body angle. I think that shit's kind of corny. But in reality, to who is like, I forgot what the quote is, but it's like, to whom much is given, like much is expected. So being that Mook is the 100K price and God and this and that and the third, being that he had a close battle with a quote unquote mortal or a battle rapper that we see every day, I see why the culture is reacting the way it is. And I think it makes sense. But I personally think the battle is debatable. I think it's debatable. It's my honest to God opinion that it's debatable.
Triple, how you feel about it overall?
Man, shit. I'm good with debatable from a Mook fan. Like that right there just lets me know. Like I just wanted the ties to change. I ain't even gonna, like I said, I didn't want him to lose. I just wanted him to be humbled. And this nigga was talking all types of shit left and right. This interview, that interview. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be bad. And then he gets up there and people are saying, of course, you got the people jumping out the window saying 3-0. It ain't 3-0.
No,
the fact that it's 2-1 either way, like, and it could be a strong argument for either way. That's good enough right there. Like, I mean,
how you feel about the overall?
Who?
I said, Yeesh, how you feel about it overall? Who won?
Exceeded my expectations. Like I said before, I knew Verb wasn't going to get bodied. I'm glad it didn't happen. I'm glad neither of them got bodied. I mean, well, the coach was trying to make it a body, but I'm just saying, like, I like the product that came out. This is Mook's best battle since his return, in my opinion. I like that Verb was this is the best Verb in the vegan Verb era. I like what they both did. I like the battle a lot. I have Verb edging it. I have Verb, edging the third. I just thought the third was too long for a Mook spot. I thought the dry spots was too hard to recover from, in my opinion, to my ears. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at anybody that has Mook.
Hold on. Before we move on to the next person, Triple, I got a question for you. So, because you brought up like Mook always in all these interviews saying how he was going to kill Verb. It's a 2-part question for you. So, one, do you think this was the best Mook ever? No, not the best Mook ever. Best Mook since he's been back. Because I'm pretty sure that's like it's like pretty obvious, right?
Oh yeah, that's definitely the best Mook.
So wouldn't you think like him thinking that since he 50'd Iron Solomon and 30'd Lux before, and he's even better in this battle, he should be able to beat the dog shit out of Verb? You know what I mean? And do you think the way Mook talked before the battle is playing into people's minds on the outcome of the battle since it was close?
That's a good question, because when somebody hypes some shit up like Black Panther, the best movie in the world, and they go see it and it's all right, you kind of come out like, that was whack. Sort of then like, I don't know if he talked himself up too hard, because I really wasn't expecting shit. Like I was saying, he had like 3 quotables of the last decade, and in this battle,
facts.
the motherfucker had about 4 or 5 per round. Like, so he definitely came on some hardcore shit. But I don't know if he talked himself into that position where people was like, all right, he didn't come with. Damn, that's a good question, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think that's also playing into a lot of people's ideas into why the battle
psyche.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that's playing into a lot of people's minds in regards to the outcome of the battle.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
No, I definitely thought Mook would be ass. He's better than I thought. But don't battle every 4 years. It's crazy, though. People have crazy expectations. Battle every other year.
Well, it's not crazy expectations, because almost all of you guys said he thought he was going to be ass.
Yeah. But people thought he was going to body.
He was on win, though. We all thought he was on win, though. Most of us thought that.
Yo, can I ask you on this, though? Like, as far as Battle of the Year, this got to be, like, the clear one. What y'all niggas think? But if you could rate the battle, give it a rate, and I don't care, something like that. What y'all thought about it as a whole?
I thought it was really good, in my opinion. I'll give it a like an 8.59. The reason the thirds on both of their ends, I thought it cooled down from what happened in the first 2 rounds.
That's a fact.
I would personally give it an 8, and my reason for giving it an 8 is the replay value of watching an hour and 30-minute battle is hard for me. Like, my favorite type of battles are the volume battles, because they're 30 minutes, 25 minutes. They're just easy watches. That's the only thing with me. The replay value on this, I don't know how high it would be because of the length of it. So
I think it's a 7.5 out of 10.
A few more things that knocked. Okay, go ahead, D. My fault.
I feel like this is one of the battles you just skip to the rounds you want to see. Like, it's not a battle you're gonna watch. Like, you know how you skip to like Torque's third in the Verb battle. That's like, this is one of those. Like, you're just gonna skip to whatever you want to watch.
Yeah, thanks.
That's a fact, bro. What you were saying before?
Going back to like how rewatchable this is. 2 things I didn't like. 1, I thought Jazz was doing too much, and 2, I thought ARP was talking too much, like in between rounds and shit. Like, yo, is this a classic or what? Like, nigga, let me figure that out. Stop telling me.
Yo, also think mic issues. No, I was saying Mook's second round, he had mad mic issues. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask y'all, like, you think damn, I kind of forgot. Go ahead, man. I don't remember that shit.
Jersey.
Man, yeah, hi, dog.
Yeah. I hear it in his voice.
Trippy, how you felt about it overall, and what you rated it?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I had Verb 2-1 edge in the third, taking the first clearly.
Yep.
I rated a 8 or 9. Actually, I'll give it a 9. I think it's time for Verb and Lux to have that talk, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's a fact.
At that time.
Yo, I have a quick question also. Like, yo, D-Mart and is Triple still in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So I'm pretty sure you guys were on the wave of like never wanting to see Mook again before the battle. Has that like, are y'all more inclined to wanting to see Mook again, like against the Surf, against the Hollow, maybe even Hitman?
Yeah, like I said, I'm good with a 3-minute Mook round, like 3, 4, 5-minute maybe, but 25 minutes of Mook, like I'm all right for a while. Like, I'm good for it.
I want to see him in Surf still, but it's like I understand why they're unlimited, because you're paying them 50,000, 60,000.
Yeah,
let me get as much content.
That's like 3 battles worth of shit right there. 27 minutes is 3 battles on Smack. Like,
I honestly would just do 5-minute rounds with him. 3 rounds, 5
You know
minutes.
what's important? You don't have to talk about everything he did in his career. Like 25-minute round. Just talk about him falling off or some shit.
Yeah.
Verb brought up the X Factor battle. Verb has a battle X Factor.
Yeah, he brought up like the trailer for it. Like, yo, what are you talking about?
Talk about how his shoes is leather and shit like that. Like, come on.
Oh,
like,
that twerk bar by Mook was terrible, by the way.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That was not good.
Oh yeah,
that twerk bar was
yeah.
Oh, he was supposed to shake some. I ain't even gonna quote it. Oh, yo, my bad for the high moment. I really gave the battle a 10. I was super hyped, and it lived up to my expectations because I thought it was gonna be kind of trash, and Mook was gonna 30 him. I was wrong. Classic to me. Cope classic, which means
okay. I have one last question. Would you rather see Mook on a big stage or like another small room?
I want to see the smack room.
I think
I'm more fine with seeing. He wrote.
Yo, him in the smack room.
I'd rather see. I really want to see him and Hollow in a volume setting.
Ooh,
I agree.
I think that's too boring of a battle, though.
Watching this battle made me want to see him and Surf more than him and Hollow. I feel like because him and Hollow gonna do similar things with each other. I'd rather see him ball with Surf, like try to outshoot him. That's what I would rather see. I want to see. I want to see some of that
on the big stage, though. I want to see that on the big stage.
Yeah, I would see that on the Summer Madness.
I would see Mook and Surf Summer Madness 10, Hawaii.
I kind of have an issue with the way Mook crafted his rounds is that the whole like getting to the point thing. Like if for example, like the way I talk to like people at work and shit, I and like send emails and everything. I make sure they're short and concise and they're straight to the point. Because when you start having paragraphs of an email to a coworker, they only pick and pull the parts that they want to know and the parts that they want to hear, and that they kind of disregard the rest of it. You know what I mean?
That's what happens when you 5 minute rounds. Like it's you sometimes you have to, even if it's unnecessary.
Yeah. So I think Mook needs. I mean, if he was battling more often, he would have a better concept of that in terms of how of like editing and how quickly that the battle rap fans need you to get to the point.
Facts. His third could have been a classic round if it was half.
Yeah.
He could have taken a lot of stuff out, and that round would have been absolutely retarded because, like, look at the way he was doing that, like, Remedy shit and the Hitman shit, like, using those same 4 words to rhyme. And then when he went with the Guardian Angels and shit, and then maybe he could have included that angle about being a vegan or something like that and then cut it there. And that would have been a really fire round. A fire, like, 10-minute round.
To, like, wrap it up, I feel like this went like a rewatchable battle went further for Mook than him having a boring ass 30 again. Like this did more for him. I feel like. I know people say he lost and shit, but
it's a way better watchable battle than his last two.
It's a fun battle to watch. Like at least for the first 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds were crazy from both sides.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you just want to close it out?
Thank you for tuning in. Worldwide. Recapping Murda Mook versus Verb. We'll possibly recap the rest of the card soon. I think a lot of people didn't get to finish it. But thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and we out. Peace.